Welcome to the channel. My name is Matisse. Today we're going to talk about the origins of the very short-lived New Fantastic Four. So we're going to talk about Fantastic Four issue 347. And the creative team is a real powerhouse. We have Walter Simonson with the story and art by Art Adams. Now, Adams is really good at illustrating fantasy, but the characters that we get in the New Fantastic Four, I really love his interpretation of them, especially how he draws Grey Hulk and Wolverine. In many ways, for me, Art Adams' Logan is like the definitive way that how I see the character. Now, after gawking over Adams' art, Simonson's story, it's really off the wall, but a lot of fun. We have a lot going on, so without further ado, let's get into it. So the story starts off, we have a female Skrull who crash lands on Earth. She's on the run. In a couple of pages, we're going to see another group of Skrulls in hot pursuit. They have to hunt her down. Now, while all this is going down, we get like a glimpse of what's going on with the Fantastic Four during this time. Now, Johnny Storm is married to Alicia Masters during this time. We're pretty close to the time where he's going to find out that Alicia is actually a Skrull imposter. But the thing is that even though Johnny loves Alicia, his womanizing ways have not gone. In this specific issue, he's really fixated on the fact that he had interacted with Nebula and he was like transfixed with how beautiful she was. But like in a couple of issues around this time, you would see him like checking out other ladies and stuff like that. Like Johnny's sort of a douchebag in that aspect. I guess he's taking advantage of the fact that his wife can actually see him do that. But that aside, we have Ben Grimm, who has been cured from being the Thing, but his girlfriend, Sharon Ventura, who is Miss Marvel, now has this Thing form. And she's taking this very, very poorly. I do have to say that the Thing during this time would use a Thing armor to be able to go into battle and be with the Fantastic Four during missions. So the team of Skrulls that had arrived trying to hunt down that First Lady Skrull, when they start to analyze Earth to see if they can find her, and they're like, holy crap, there's a ton of Skrulls hiding out on Earth. They find a place where there's a large concentration of them, and they go down, and it's Monster Island. And what happens is the Skrulls discover that at this place, it's full of giant monsters. And the interesting thing is that the lead Skrull realizes that these monsters are very Skrull-like in nature, that they don't have time to figure out what's the deal, but it's actually a pretty cool idea. That the monsters in general in the Marvel Universe on Earth are just Skrulls stuck in this gigantic kaiju form. So the thing is that these Skrulls shoot out like a bunch of these little drones that attach themselves to all these monsters, and they start mind controlling them. And they have a super solid plan. They send out all these giant monsters to destroy all the cities of Earth, and they think they're going to flush out the Skrull that they're looking for. I have no idea how that logic works, but it's a lot of fun to see it. Now, for the Renegade Skrull, that her name I think is Delilah, and she just goes by Lila. She goes to the Freedom Ford Plaza, and for some reason she starts taking out each member of the team. Now, the cool thing here is that she's able to shapeshift into people that each member trusts. And she uses this neural disruptor to knock them out cold. And I thought to myself, how the hell would she know how to shapeshift into each one of these individuals? Later on in the story, we're going to discover that Lila is actually a telepath Skrull. Now, I don't really understand why she does this. The thing is that she accesses the Fantastic Four's computer and tries to create like this ultimate strike force to be able to deal with these other Skrulls that are hunting her down. And then she ends up telepathically calling on each one of the members. So, as I mentioned earlier, the team would be Wolverine, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider, the new one, Danny Ketch, at least the new one for that time. Now, Lila poses as Sue Richards and tells this team, well, they're not a team yet, but you guys get the idea that the original FF have all been killed and that the killer is tied to all these monsters, destroying all these cities all across the world. So that is the setup for the birth of the short-lived new Fantastic Four. I also have to mention that Mole Man is part of this story too, and obviously he's really not happy with the fact that someone has stolen all his monster friends. But we're going to leave things here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.